Starting the front wheel building for the 700C road bike. Where am I? Who am I? I don't remember anything. Starting the wheel building for the one crosses. The front wheel of a road bike doesn't require a lot of spoke cross patterns. Calculating and measuring spoke length. 100 millimeters. Input hub axle length as 100 millimeters, also 59 millimeters on both non-drive and drive side flange diameter. Input non-drive side flange diameter as 59 millimeters. Input drive side flange diameter as 59 millimeters.
25.6?
Input distance from non-drive side flange to locknet as 25.6 millimeters.
드라이브 사이드 15.9.
Input distance from drive side flange to locknet as 15.9 millimeters. Prepare a ruler and use gravity. To take the measurement, use a ruler and start from the valve hole of the rim, then measure downwards. Step 1. Measure the inner diameter of the rim from the valve hole as a reference. Step 2. Prepare the spokes and nipples and insert them in the opposite direction. Insert the spokes with the nipples installed into the spoke holes of the rim. Use a marker to color the protruding nipples. Once done, remove them. Use a vernier caliper to measure the length of the uncolored section. It measures 3.5 millimeters. It is possible to measure accurately, including the thickness of the rim up to the head of the nipple. Effective rim diameter is calculated by adding the two nipple measurements of 3.5 millimeters each, which equals 7 millimeters, to the inner diameter of the rim. Perfect! Inputting the measured diameter of 551 millimeters. Inputting the number of spoke holes. We will build this wheel using a one-cross pattern. Please input the spoke lacing pattern. Click Accept to check and calculate to finish the spoke length calculation. This wheel utilizes the cross pattern, which is the standard method of inserting spokes into the flange by alternating left and right. Next, we will check the sequence for installing the spokes. First step, flange A. Fit the spoke inwards from the outside. We're filming close up today. 1, 2, 3, jumping one hole and installing. It's not difficult. This hub has 36 holes, making it possible to create the strongest wheel with more spoke holes. More spoke holes make wheel alignment easier, resulting in precise wheel truing. As the number of spokes increases, this is how it's done, jumping one hole at a time and installing the spoke. Please attach masking tape to the valve hole to make it easier to count the rotations later. Remember the valve hole. Install the first spoke next to the valve hole. Jumping 3 holes at a time in this pattern completes the pattern. The first pattern is complete.
패턴 1 완성이 됐습니다. 패턴 1 완성됐고요.
Second step, flange B. Fit the spoke inwards from the outside. Look here.
보시면은
Start
자,
from the
밸브
valve
구멍이
hole.
있죠? 밸브 구멍은 여기 있고요. 자, 밸브 구멍에서 이쪽이죠?
You can easily check the direction and location of the spoke holes on the hub and rim, as shown in the diagram.
그렇죠?
Leave a little bit of thread and tighten the spoke nipple. Don't you have the proper tools? You can make them yourself. This channel solves most problems with household tools. Jump 3 holes and install.
네, 자,
The second
이렇게 해서
pattern is complete.
완성됐습니다.
Now rotate the hub with the spokes installed in the opposite direction of the valve hole to create a cross pattern. It only turns this much because it is a one cross pattern. Rotate only the hub to avoid the valve hole. Turn the spokes in a direction where they do not touch the valve. Install
자,
all remaining
이제부터는
spokes
남은
into
홀에
the
다
holes.
끼우겠습니다. 자, 이쪽으로
Install it in this
이렇게
direction.
끼워 들어가시고
Flange B, fit the spoke outward from the inside. Now, hold the spokes like this and flip it over. Finally, the fifth step is to install the spoke in flange A, outward from the inside.
자, 이렇게
This
해주면
is
됩니다.
how you install the spokes. Take them and go. Make sure that all the spokes you've installed are pointing downward.
이렇게 쳐주게 놔두세요. 됐죠?
First spoke does not overlap. Second spoke simply passes through. Change the position where the last third spoke passes through to overlap. Use the overlap pattern for the last spoke. For the one cross spoke pattern, overlap at the first spoke.
네,
One
자,
side of the
한쪽
pattern is complete, but it's twisted because of the cross pattern. The hub motor does not overlap. It needs to be bent. Now do the opposite side.
됩니다. 반대쪽도 같은 패턴으로 해주시면 됩니다.
Install the remaining spokes.
안쪽으로 해서 이렇게 크로스. 예, 자, 기본
The whole
패턴이
cross pattern is
원크로스
complete.
패턴이 다 만들어졌습니다.
Wheel alignment. Using a spoke wrench, you should be able to determine the start and end of wheel rotation while tightening the nipples. Attach a sticker-like tag to the spoke next to the rim valve hole. To tighten the spoke nipple, turn it clockwise. Tighten all the nipples while leaving a 1mm spoke thread. Leaving a 1mm spiral, tighten the spoke nipple. Once all the spokes are tightened, start aligning the rim left and right. Firstly, we will explain the principle behind adjusting the rim left and right. By tightening the right drive side spoke nipple, the rim will move to the right. Conversely, tightening the left non-drive side spoke nipple will move the rim to the left. It is important to note that over-tightening the left spoke nipple can cause the rim to move too far. Releasing the nipple will cause the rim to move in the opposite direction. In summary, the principle is that the tension power balance of the left and right spokes moves the rim and aligns it to the center. Initially, align the rim left and right while tightening the nipples. Aim for 80% of the target tension. Using a dish tool during the work can save time. Secondly, let's take a look at how to align the rim up and down. By tightening the peripheral nipples together, the rim will move towards the hub. To move the rim in small increments, tighten or loosen the nipples at least 360 degrees. Loosening the surrounding nipples together will cause the rim to move away from the hub. Vertical alignment of the rim only works when the left and right spoke tensions are adjusted together. Vertical alignment takes a long time. For wheel truing, tighten the nipples until they touch the arm and make a sound.
조이고
If there is no sound, just move on. By this point, the spokes should be tensioned to about 90% of the target tension. When assembling wheels, the center can become slightly misaligned due to errors in the wheel truing stand. To correct this, a tool called a wheel alignment gauge, or centering gauge, is used. First, let's set up the dishing tool on the non-drive side. Attach the gauge securely without any gaps. Now, fix the gauge in place. Move the dishing tool to the opposite position. The measurement shows a gap of about 4 millimeters. To calculate the rim displacement distance, division by 2 equals 2 millimeters rim displacement distance. Now we only need to move the rim by 2 millimeters. Adjust the position of the rim by tightening the left nipple once and loosening the opposite nipple once. This will allow the rim to move without changing the tension of the spokes. Before starting the job, label the spokes and check the starting and ending positions to ensure accuracy. Start the inspection again from the beginning. There should be no gap on the drive side, and if the measurement distances on both sides are equal, the rim is perfectly centered. Now, the wheel is almost complete. Please use a dishing tool to check if the rim is centered. Now it's time to check if the wheel spoke tension is even. Use your hands to check if the wheel spoke tension is generally similar. The tension is very good. It's tight. If you have a spoke tension meter, you can use it. Finally, tighten each spoke once to reach the target tension of 100%. Tighten the entire nipple 45 degrees to increase overall tension. Finally, tighten each spoke once to reach the target tension of 100%. The tag attached to the spoke next to the valve hole as a reference point for the starting and ending points can be helpful. Finally, align the wheel to within 0.5 millimeters of top, bottom, and left-right error, and the wheel is complete. The wheel building is finished. That's how you adjust it. The wheel building turned out great. We also installed rim tape. Did this video help you? Subscribing, liking, and commenting are a big help in making videos. Thank you for watching.